Ramen is a cultural phenomenon. It is absolutely everywhere nowadays in all Asian countries. My college shelf binged on these things so much because they're so easy to make and so cheap and delicious. And then we're gonna go back to the studio and I'm gonna show you exactly how you can upgrade this at home to make it slightly more special. All right, we're back in the studio. So these are supposed to be instant ramens, and I don't want to take away that convenience and that speed behind it because I feel like it's important. If you want to elevate your ramen, you can still do it in a very quick fashion. So all these recipes will be very fast. We're gonna start first by making like a spicy, cheesy ramen. And we have a bunch of selections here because Landers has a ton of them. And I'm gonna choose these are dry instant noodles mee gorengs that are spicy. So we're gonna keep this because we don't actually need a broth for this recipe. So very simple. I'm gonna first open this and then we can go ahead and cook these noodles. This should take about 3 minutes, it says. And then there's a bunch of seasonings here. We got some fried onions, some like soy sauce looking things, some chili oil, and then we have these flavoring packets. So what I like to do before deciding whether or not to use it, I'm gonna go ahead and taste it. That's like salt, sugar, and a lot of MSG. And then this is, woo, that's the spice. Okay, let's begin. So for my cheesy ramen, I wanna make a nice little sauce. So we're gonna make like a quick little roux in this pan, very simple, some butter, and I'm gonna wait for that to melt down. Once the butter is melted, all we gotta do now is add some flour and then whisk that together so that it doesn't get too clumpy. So you don't wanna burn this, you just wanna make sure that it's well combined. While that is good to go now, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of milk and that should thicken out nicely. Whisk it a little bit, wait for that to simmer and bubble up. Next, really simple, some cheese. So grate some cheddar inside. You can use orange cheddar if you want to. I'm just using some white cheddar. Whisk that together. We're really just trying to create a cheese sauce. Tad bit more cheddar. And you want to do this until you get something that's nice and smooth, just like that. So that's a mixture of the flour that's in there, but also of all the cheese. So that is absolutely perfect. Take that off from the fire. Next, our noodles should be good to go at this point. And now is where we're gonna use our flavor packets. So I'm gonna use both, well, mostly the chili first. I'm gonna use a little bit of the MSG mixture because life is more fun with MSG. Toss that together. Take a little bit of my boiling water. Since this has starch, it'll help bind the dish even further, and it'll just help kind of spread the mixture and the spices evenly. To this, very simple now, we're gonna go ahead and add our cheese mixture. That gets tossed in together, just like that. This will thicken up very quickly, but you don't want it to be too clumpy. You want something that you can still grab with like a fork. That's perfect, turn that off. Our cheese ramen is basically good to go. That gets topped off with a little sriracha, some sesame seeds. I'm gonna use the chili oil packet. And then just go ahead and melt all that extra cheese. And that's how you make a super spicy cheesy ramen. All right, let's try this bad boy. Look at that. Whoa, that's rich. That is just probably one of the creamiest ramens I've ever had. I think making that cheese sauce instead of just mixing in melted cheese makes all the difference. So next one we're doing, very simple, we're gonna do like a beef ramen, except I'm gonna be using the curry ramyun. So this one's very simple. It says noodles go in, and then once the water starts boiling properly, we can go ahead and add all of these flavor packets of all the curry flavor, the spiciness, and just probably MSG. I got a pan, a little bit of oil, slice of ribeye, that goes in. While the ribeye is cooking, we're gonna cut up some scallions. Flip this to the other side. A little bit of soy sauce with the ribeye. Our ramen noodles are boiling, as you can see. All we're gonna do is add in these flavor packets. These are the freeze-dried vegetables. Then I'm guessing this is the curry sauce. All of that gets mixed together and then it boils for a further 5 minutes. At this point, our steak is done. Let that rest for a little bit. I've actually never tasted the curry ramen, so I'm gonna go ahead and taste it now and see if it needs any adjustments. I mean, it's pretty flavorful already, but I think I'm gonna add a little bit of miso just to kind of get us closer to like a Japanese flavor. Maybe just like 1 small teaspoon. Drop my egg in to cook in the boiling water. Our soup and our egg is done. All we gotta do now is slice up our piece of ribeye. I use a nice thin slice of ribeye. A little bit of salt since we already have some soy sauce there and some pepper. Transfer the soup to our bowl. Add our steak slices, some toge or bean sprouts, our scallions, cut the egg in 2. Nice hard-boiled egg right there. A bit of sesame seeds. And that's how you make really quick, just slightly elevated curry ramen with some ribeye and lots of freshness. All right, let's try this out. Look at those noodles. That curry flavor, surprisingly, mixes really well with the miso paste. Again, really quick recipe, not really adding too much labor into it, but just making it such a better experience for everyone. All right, next one we're gonna do, very simple as well. Again, a slightly dry preparation, a little bit more liquidy than the first. We're gonna be making like a peanut noodle using, again, some spicy ramen. I think this is, well, it says spicy. I just don't know how spicy it is, so let's see what happens. First things first, I got a pan on, peanut oil, garlic, onion, and ginger. My water is now boiling on this side. We can go ahead and open the ramen cup. Some freeze-dried vegetables in there as well. Let's just place all the water in our cup here. Cover that. I think this is how it's done. I haven't made instant ramen in the longest time. Oh, just get used to making that face. That's actually pretty good. Okay, so while waiting for that to happen, I can prep the other vegetables that we need. I got some peanut butter, which is definitely not a vegetable. I have some spring onions, which we're gonna use, just the tops. And then we have some fresh parsley. Got some beautiful basil leaves. Got some color now happening on my ginger and my onions and my garlic. Toss in our peanut butter. And then a tad bit of coconut cream. Mix all that together until the peanut butter softens completely. So the primary flavor that we want to come out here is the peanut butter. Then I have a little bit of fish sauce and then my flavor packet. I'm not gonna use all of it because I added fish sauce already for seasoning. At this point, our sauce should be ready. We're gonna go ahead and just strain this because I don't want the broth that's in here. Mix all the noodles together. Make sure everything's coated with sauce. And that should be good to go. Nice bowl out. Our noodles go down. Top that off with some spring onions, some of my parsley, some fresh basil leaves, and then some chili flakes. Finish it all off with a little bit of sesame oil. You can even put a couple limes if you want to. And you've got this super earthy and delicious looking peanut noodle. All right, let's try this. Ooh, That actually looks really delicious. It's like a softer, creamier pad thai. Like, I hate that I'm saying this is probably one of the best things I've made. It's from instant noodles, but it's so good. Creamy, hits all the notes, really fast to make. Something that even if your friends don't know it's instant noodles and you made this for them, they'd be like so impressed. They'd be like, oh my God, thank you for making this dish for me. And you'd be like in the back of your head, okay, it took me 10 minutes. It wasn't that much of a tough job.
It don't get better than this. No, it don't get better than this. It don't get better than this. No, it don't get better than this.
If you guys like the series of making instant food just prettier and slightly better, then tell us in the comments below and let us know exactly what other ideas you might have. Any other crazy idea, comment below. We'll read it and maybe we'll try it soon in one of our new videos. And again, if you want to get all the Fat Kid Inside merch, all you got to do is go to merchbuy.ph. All the Fat Kid Inside merch is on there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
It don't get better than this. No, it don't get better than this. It don't